Okay, welcome back everybody. Let's get back to this Panhead. I'd like to get it started before it snows. Listen, baby girl, listen. I know, just you gotta give it some time. Me and you are gonna be together. Trust me, you're gonna be mine one day. You know, that old man and his old hands will never touch you again. You're gonna be mine. But listen, what no one knows is once I get you running, I'm not giving you back. What the hell? What's the password?
Hippie's Chopper Corner.
Oh my God, if one more person says that to me, I'm gonna lose my mind. What's the password?
Panheads forever, dipstick.
All right, I'll accept that. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Dude, I'm a huge fan. Billy Gibbons. I love LaGrange. Nationwide's one of my favorite songs. I can't...
Yo. Rick, it's Vic. The Panhead. Yo, Vic, Panhead.
Oh, Vic, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Well, wait a minute. How long you been standing out there?
Long enough.
Welcome back, YouTube. Slick here in the Slickhead Garages. Got my buddy Vic with me, and we're about to start working on the Panhead a little bit. But before we do that, Vic, what got you into motorcycling, man?
Well, back in around 1970, my brother-in-law was going to go to Vietnam, and he sold me his 350 Honda. And that's what got me on two wheels.
Cool.
And, a few years later, like around 1974.
Was it a Honda Dream? What?
It was a CB, a 353.
Okay, all right.
It was a small bike.
Yeah, well,
hey, you gotta
they
start
were cool
somewhere,
back
right?
in the day, the Jet bikes.
Actually, I even got an accident on it with my girl riding on it, and I shouldn't even had her on the back.
No
But,
way.
We won't talk about that. I won't mention any names or anything. And so then in the 70s, there early 70s, when I actually had a real job, when I was making some money, and I needed to get on some two wheels again, and I found this 1948 Panhead.
No, that's my dream Panhead. Is the 48 Panhead with the Springer front end. That's what I want.
Well, this particular one didn't have a Springer front end because somebody in the 50s turned it into a show bike. And they put the Hydroglide front end, changed the tanks, got rid of the shifter.
Well, and that's common because when the Hydroglide came out, that was the bee's knees.
Yeah.
No one wanted a Springer.
Nah,
they wanted
want
the hydraulic front end.
Yeah. So and what they did was they plastered rhinestones over the whole bike. There's rhinestones on everything, and when you roll down like through town with all the plate glass windows and the sun's hitting it, it just sparkled like crazy. It was insane,
My personal opinion, I don't like rhinestones and all that stuff on the bedazzled stuff on the antique bikes, bags. I don't like that. I know Matt Walksler of Wheels to Time. He loves that stuff because it's original, it's cool, period correct.
There's no other bike like that, though.
I know, I get it. I don't personally like it. What I mean? But
I like all bikes, really.
Well,
so
yeah, me too. But I don't want to be bedazzled.
So anyway, I had that for a while, and unfortunately, it left the barn. With a little help from a couple other minions,
Probably Hippie from Hippie's Chopper Corner.
Yeah, it's probably parts down there in his place.
Yeah, probably down in Tennessee right now.
So anyway, I was so crushed.
No, naturally.
I didn't get back on two wheels again until like 2000.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't know why you're not on two wheels after that.
I was so crushed. It was like losing your first girlfriend. You know,
Yeah.
your love.
Fuck.
There's only one love in your life, and it's that first one. You know.
Dude, that's horrible.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
You told me you weren't on two wheels for a while, but you didn't tell me why. And now it's like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. So that's what happened in my life, and then I was too busy working and doing everything else. Everything but what I should have been doing was getting back on two wheels.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, a friend of mine who doesn't even have a license or drives a car or anything, someone gave him this, it was a 1998, I believe it was a 98, Honda Shadow, 750, the smaller one.
Okay.
So he parks it in my garage. You know, can you take care of this? Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. Put it in the garage. It sat there for a couple years, and I'm like, yo, are you going to tag this, get your license, and ride this thing? Or what are we going to do with it?
Huh.
He goes, well, you want it? And I'm like, yeah. So he gives me the title. I title it. I get my license, and I start riding the 750.
Yeah, and like I had a 1980 Honda CX 650. It was like a Honda Shadow, but I couldn't afford a Harley back then. It was like it was actually my first bike was a Honda knockoff Harley bike, but I didn't care. You know what I mean? It felt great to ride. You know what I mean? You're riding. You're on two wheels.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford a Harley yet. You know, my whole family rode Harleys, but it was great. So if at that time you couldn't, you know, you're just getting back into it, and I'll ride this Honda Shadow, and I bet you it fucking rekindled your love for it, right?
It rekindled my enthusiasm for motorcycles.
Exactly.
And so then I'm like, I see this Panhead, you know, for sale, and you know, so I snatch it up. Okay?
And you're talking this guy.
This baby.
So
right
you
here,
went
okay?
from a Honda Shadow to a 64 Panhead.
Yeah,
That's
64
awesome.
Panhead. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then it didn't stop there. Okay. Then I went and got a like 27000 or Road King. It's sitting in my garage.
Modern bike. Yep. You need it. Everybody needs a push start.
Yeah.
Bike. You know.
And then I got.
I mean, not push start, but push button. Yeah, everybody needs a push button.
Yeah, yeah. That's the everyday bike. Like you can just jump on it and go. These babies here take a little love and care. You gotta like sweet talk them and stuff like that, which I know you know how to do.
I learn all too well now. Yeah.
But you're good.
Oh, okay. Wait. We weren't supposed to talk about me sweet talking her.
Yeah.
He kind of caught me. He caught me in the beginning.
Yeah, I caught you. All right. So then I got a 57 45 cubic inch flathead,
which I can't wait to get my hands on. But go ahead.
And it's a real nice bobber. It's really nice. It's a G motor in the older frame, which I'm still trying to find out about this frame.
You learned me that. You were the first guy that taught me about that G motor stuff.
Yeah. So, but it's a really cool bike, and we're going to be bringing it into Slick.
And you know what? That has bedazzled stuff on it. It has some jewels on it.
Yeah, it's got some jewels.
And I liked it though. It was cool on that bike for some reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can't wait to get it in here when I can go over it real good and go over it. It's really cool looking. Yeah. They've seen pictures of it, but not in person.
Well, that's a teaser. That's called a teaser, right? Now, what I'm going to tell you right here now, Rick, is whatever you got in your mind and what I heard is, remember I told you about the first love?
Yeah.
Well, when you get older, you might find another love, and this is my love. I'm in love, okay? I'm so in love, okay? I'm so in love.
I feel you.
Okay.
But I'm just glad I'm not kissing gas tanks on film. But
well, what are you doing when you're not on film?
All right, listen. We got to end this here. I want to thank you for even participating in this video.
It's a real pleasure.
We got to end it here.
Okay.
I'm going to go to work. But from here, I'm going to move on and get this bike all put back together so we can get ready to kickstart it. So, and you know what? Let me just give this guy a little time. Do whatever you want.
Be with my baby. My baby. This is my second real love of my life.
All right, we're back at it. I told you I wasn't going to film any of this, and I was just going to come back to the carburetor already being on the bike, but I want to show you the things, a few things. Here's the carburetor all finished, put back together. I set the float, wire wheeled the bowl all nice and pretty, and I set the needles where they're supposed to be for initial startup. Let me show you, it's hard to do. High speed needle, you turn it all the way until it lightly seats, and then you come out 2 full turns. Low speed needle, you turn it all the way in until it lightly seats, and then come out 5 full turns, and that'll get you started running rich. And then you tune it from there. So I'm going to put that up in here. Here is the screen. Here's the proper way to put the corks on the fuel strainer. You put one down in the cap. You put one over the fuel strainer. And then you put it in there like that, sandwiched. The way I originally found it, they both were just smashed over the top that way. Look how tiny they are. That's probably why it was leaking so much black stuff and debris all in there. Don't like it. Maybe they shrunk. I'm not sure. Maybe they shrink. All right, so got that done. All right. Oh, so the insulator block. I was taking a look at the gaskets and the insulator block. Sorry about the hissing noise in the background, but that's my propane heater I use in the tiny wood shop. Okay, so you got these 2 gaskets that sandwich the insulator. Well, I've noticed a couple cracks in the insulator. There's a crack right there at my thumb, a hairline crack. I don't know if it'll pick it up in the camera. There's a crack right there. I think I found another one. It's cracking up here in the corner. But that crack concerns me. That could be an intake leak eventually. So what I plan to do is in between the gaskets, in between the gaskets sandwiching the insulator, I'm going to coat the insulator with high temp red gasket maker, little light coating, or the Permatex high-tech gasket sealant. It's red. Just lightly coat the insulator so that way that little crack can get sealed up, hopefully. See how that goes when it's up and running. But that's how I'm going to do that. All right, let me get to it.
I feel all right. I want you to boogie with me. Hey, hey, hey.
as you can see, judging from the time lapse, what you didn't see is I already have the timer base on and wired. I did that the other night, but put the carburetor back on, mounted that. I should have left the air cleaner off so I could show you, but you get the idea. She's all mounted up and in there. Everything's nice and tight. I got that carburetor support bracket nice and tight. Give it some extra support. She's got her new air cleaner in there. The horn is temporarily bolted up. I'm going to move it out of the way because the final steps I got to do is retime it because I put new points on. New points and condenser, and now she's all out of time. Come on, bitch. I reset the timing on that. All new points and condenser. I got to grease the cam lobe. I should have did that already, but you get the idea. I'm down to the final few steps to where we can get this thing kick-started and see what's going on with her. Oh, nice and tight. I got both of the clips on each side of the spring clip under there clipped. Make sure they're clipped. Sometimes they can be hard. That one went surprisingly easy. I believe it was Don Rice in my comment that said, "Why do you do that?" I've seen people struggle with them. I've done two now, and they've been pretty all right. I didn't have no major drama with them. So, you know, let me show you. The other night when Vic was here, I showed him the horn and he loved it. Okay, as I was saying, as I was rudely interrupted by my camera battery dying, Vic liked the sound of the horn, nice and loud for him. I don't have the trumpet all the way screwed in yet. Got some final touches I want to do on the horn before I do that. Like I said, I have to drop the horn down a little bit and really get to the timing. But I'll give you an idea how it sounds. In the other videos, when you heard it, it didn't sound that loud because it was recording off of the back mic of this camera. It would have been better if it was in the front of the camera, that mic. But since I'm talking from the back, you have to hear it from the back. So anyway, I'll put the camera pointing in this direction and you will kind of hear what it sounds like. Nice and loud, this thing. I dig it. Vic liked it. That's all that matters. All right, as I said, I got some little odds and ends to wrap up on this thing before we can get it started. I want to drop the oil in here, whatever's in there. He said there was 50 weight oil in there. Whatever's in there, I want to drop it. I want to weigh it out, measure it out, and then replace it with fresh, new 50 weight oil so I can start it up and know that it's got some clean juice in it. But that's it. Down to the final little steps, and we're ready to go. All right. I'll turn you over to this guy. All right, everybody. It's that time. I'm going to wrap it up here. As I said, I got a few odds and ends to tie up on this bike, and then we're going to try starting it, see what happens. I hope you liked this video. I want to thank Vic for stopping by. He owed me some money. He's a stand-up guy. He stopped by, and he was gracious enough to jump in on this video. I asked him, I said, would you do me a favor? Do you want to be on camera? And you know, so a lot of people don't want to be, but reluctantly he said yes, so we did our thing. We had a good time. Hope you enjoyed that. So when I'm done tying up all the little odds and ends, and it's time to start this thing, Vic had a request. Vic wanted to know if he could do the first kick and get it started. I said, absolutely, it's your bike, man. You know what I mean? So got to work out those logistics before I can, get all that video put out, but we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for next episode. See ya. That old man and his old hands will never touch you again. You're going to be mine. And then, what was I supposed to say? I already forgot. What the fuck was I going to say? What was the thing that I said that you were going to...
Well, I'm going to calm you down.
No. I was going to... All right, let me think about this. Fuck! And listen, what no one knows is once I get you running, I'm not giving you back. Don't worry about it. All right, that's when you were supposed to knock. But
Oh, you want me to knock?
all right, hold on. Right, I'm going to redo it.
Okay, and I'm knocking.
When I say I'm not giving you back, then go boom, 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 like you're knocking on the door. But listen. What no one knows is once I get you running, I'm not giving you back.
Was that too soon?
I'm gonna do it again. Don't say that. No, that was perfect.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But what nobody knows is once I get you running, I'm not giving you back. You're not going back to that guy.